I think.
Yeah, not too fond of Grim Totems.
The fact Magatha Grim Totem wasn't fucking executed is an actual crime.
We forgive and forget here, all right? We're the new horde.
You unironically forgive and forget. She's literally in the fucking shaman campaign.
Yeah, they just let her leave. Twice, technically, because she's also in a Cataclysm questline.
Grom rolling in his grave. He would cut that bitch's head off. Fucking Grom should have.
You know who isn't rolling in their grave?
I don't fucking
Garrosh, because he disenchanted himself.
He was too based for this world, simply put. Thrall failed him and the Horde because he's Green Jesus.
Hell story.
However, we forgive him because he's voiced by Chris Metzen.
Chris Metzen.
I don't think that's enough.
Okay, name one character voiced by Chris Metzen that isn't cool.
Thrall. In Warcraft 3, he was insane. Great character. Very, powerful. World of Warcraft? Kind of just fucking sucks.
I mean, all the characters in WoW really kind of suck.
All members of the Horde are equal in my eyes, adventurer!
Except for Alex Straza, though. Maybe Alex Straza does suck. Wait.
Yeah.
But in a different way.
Black Dragon.
I can't believe they rewrote that where it was it wasn't the Horde that captured Alex Straza and Bretter.
That's still canon.
It's not. They rewrote it.
It is.
How is it so canon?
Because it is literally, you can't not make it canon. It is one of the, it's the most lore relevant thing for her.
I mean,
it was fucking the Black Dragon fight in World of Warcraft.
No.
Every inch of story has been retconned constantly. It's a new year, a new retcon. And the biggest one is that the Horde are noble savages. And weren't just an army of retards.
That's what they've been since Warcraft 3.
Yeah, that's the biggest, longest running retcon. They were literally dumb fucks in the first 2 games.
I mean, it kind of happened in Warcraft 3, but it was still there. They were still pretty fucking savage in Warcraft 3. It was
savage, yes, but they were also intelligent.
It's also an entirely different Horde, you dumb fucker.
Okay, it's not my Horde. Not my Horde. We're getting on the Kool-Aid again. Fucking tell Grom to bust it out.
The Felline.
I'm sipping this Felline.
Grom's dead, yo.
Rest in peace.
I mean, let's be honest. Nobody ever really dies in a series.
God, if they bring back Grom Hellscream somehow, that would be insane.
Okay, they are allowed to bring back one character and it's Varian.
No.
I mean, Varian was pretty based. Varian was an actual...
characters do not get to.
Human
Varian was super based, though. He was unironically like an orc, but fucking... He looked like a human.
He was actually more orcish, more Warcraft 2 orcish than anyone in the series.
He really was. He was I'm gonna fucking annihilate everyone and their families, and I'm gonna burn down.
I dream of the day I wipe you greenskins off the face of this earth. 3 expansions later, my father said that you were the exemplar of the Horde, a shining beacon of honor, Atrig.
It's all racial slurs.
I mean, Atrig has kind of always been an example of honor. That's the whole thing with Tyrion.
No, fucking what's his name? Who was the?
Who was it? Atrig. Saurfang.
Yes, fucking.
And Saurfang, he's always shown respect to.
Saurfang, soul based. That's the only good fight in ICC. The rest of that instance is doo-doo ass.
Saurfang was an awful fight.
No, it was a fun fight if like you're not getting griefed by the other Moonkin.
It was patchwork, but everybody had to stand 8 feet away from each other or catch aids.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you press Starfall and you could do like 10 million damage, and it's like, damn, that's crazy. Then like your Starfalls get out of sync, and then you're fucking, it's over.
The good fight of ICC was Professor.
Future Sight was fun. It's just a bit too much movement.
All right. When was the last time we played?
2 weeks ago. And even
I
though
don't know.
Savage is out next week, I'm playing next week because I'm a good boy.
We're not playing next week.
I think
Oh.
when's next week?
Fucking owned.
Well, we met the best fucking NPC you've ever created.
Next week is the
The
2nd
most
of August, right?
Are we not playing then? No,
One of you
I
said
can't
you
play
couldn't.
the. I can't play the 8th, the week of the 8th. So like
Okay.
the 10th, we could play next week.
All right. I swear it was the 2nd that we couldn't play.
No.
I swear it was going to be one on and then one off and off again.
the most
whatever.
based NPC that's ever been created. Nothing will surpass our kobold boy.
Wait, have you done incursions yet?
Whoa.
You should try to do them.
All right. Last week, we had 2 of our players, our trouble players when it comes to attendance, tag in and out. That's fine, because it wasn't at least one of them's fault. That all happened. You guys took a cart up to Lakeshore, being very paranoid all along the way. That I may or may not have played off of a little bit, because it was funny. But you are never in any real danger. You met a kobold, a canine kobold, who was looking for help, trying to figure out what's gone wrong with his pack. They have, by his choice of words, lost themselves after having dranken directly from the Rosenwasser.
The Rosin Lane.
It's the
You
fluoride
massacred
in the
a
mix.
pack of wild dogs.
Now, Assaulta wasn't here last week. You should describe what our kobold was wearing and what he liked to do.
I know he's a samurai. I was there for that part.
No, you missed the best part.
Oh, he has a very magical hat that lets him know the time by allowing him to stare directly to the sun.
He was a funny little guy.
Blended.
He looks up, looks directly at the sun. Yep. Midday.
Alright, but what about night though?
It's hard to tell time.
It's not a
There's no
lunar
sun.
hat.
2 moons. They don't tell you nothing.
Yeah, and Rowan stared at the sun until like his eyes are on fire, kind of thing. It was pretty cool.
Until they dried out.
It's a little bit of blindness set in, and then he just shook it off. He walked it off as he likes to. But that doesn't matter. I think you guys
I
got
miss
to
him
Lakeshore.
already.
Ronan, the kobold, hopped off the cart and started going north. North around the big water that you guys know as the Rosenwasser.
And he was supposed to go east.
He was indeed supposed to go east, but you told him north. Surely, he will survive. But you guys are here in Lakeshore. You guys had arrived. Where's my calendar? You guys have arrived in Lakeshore.
I'm thinking after Lakeshore, we go north so we can collect the hat off his body.
No, fuck you.
It'll be like the hat, the armor, his weapon.
Yeah, and Rowan's gonna wear it even if it's too small.
It'll be next to a desiccated corpse that is in no way his shape. Off a little glowy white ball. I think that's how it goes. You guys arrived at Lakeshore at, why is this not 12-hour clock? 5. Sometime in the afternoon. 3 hours before sunset. What do you guys, why don't you guys just take it away? What are you up to? Why are you here?
We've traveled around so much that I've forgotten. Is Lakeshore the town where the innkeep is part of my organization, or is it fucking Jinkei that has the innkeep?
Lakeshore.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go stay at the inn where I don't have to pay.
I think that's a good plan.
What were we doing in Lakeshore?
It's your quest, sir.
So, as far as I know, I'm sure the players will have more insights to their own motivations. You guys were, after having a sit down with Isolta's brother, he asked you to help alleviate the situation with, what was his name? Roger Pearson, the would-be suitor of Huiru.
Roger.
He said it would be best for him to just go back home, forget all about the whole marriage thing, and just that will be fine, right? If he just goes back home, that's it. I'm not sure how you guys are trying to handle this. I'm sure at least one of you wants to kill him. There's also the issue of William Evans, who is
I'm pretty sure that's not what my brother said.
what Tolan believes is the guy who's responsible for hiring the assassins. His
Who?
William Evans.
Okay.
He is a man in Mr. Pearson's entourage.
Who tried to set us up. Most of us up.
We're gonna kill that guy, and then we're gonna tell the other guy, we don't like your kind around here, boy. You ain't marrying no Jinkei princess.
As for how you guys or what you guys are thinking to do, I don't know. I'm not privy to that information. But you guys decided, hey, we're going to Lakeshore. You're here in Lakeshore. What music did I use for Lakeshore?
Now hear me out.
The Benny Hill thing.
Hear me out. We have one chance. We have one chance to do this right. It's gonna be
Hear me
night
out.
soon.
Worst idea you've ever heard.
It's gonna be night soon. I think we take some advice from our one shot raid. Shadow Legends.
No.
No more lasagna.
No, like fucking you left Garfield on that battlefield. He's staying there. We're going to the inn and we're gonna get our bearings and fucking we're gonna have Rowan.
Okay, but you're wearing black. You'll blend in.
Yeah. That's great. I'm still
That
working
means you can
on
rob him blind.
No. I might like blend in, but I'm still working on becoming invisible, so it's kind of like a higher priority, at least for me. Also, we need to get Rowan's guy to go like look around again. Also, Zoltan needs to like maybe overcome their like amnesia.
Surely you guys take notes about what you're doing in the game, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
No.
all on twitch.tv/Grayton.
Dude, fucking Rowan Dodd that like is still looking for his like blue notebook with all of his notes.
I'm still looking.
All right.
Mr.
So-
Raff is still helping me look for my instrument.
How did I become Kim Katsuragi of this fucking operation?
All right. So, Raph, you're heading off to that one tavern. The one tavern
Yes, sir.
that your kind gets to stay in for free.
It's for colored folk like myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for Esker.
All right.
And Sil will join Rowan because otherwise Rowan's gonna get into hijinks.
I will
Alright.
take the cart there.
All right. Me, I'm going to the business, and I'm gonna dress up as a noble again.
All right. Get to town. Everyone split up. Let's split up, gang. Well, that's what I
Split up
should
and
get.
causes
Yeah,
Causes
we should
much
split up and
problems.
search for clues.
Should get the Scooby-Doo splitting up song.
What if you played just fucking Ghost instead of Scooby Doo, since it's like just almost the same thing?
But I'm specifically not splitting up.
You're going with the guy that can't speak a language native to this area.
Yeah,
That's-
and he also can't speak the language. It's literally Shaggy and Scooby going to the kitchen.
Dibs on Shaggy. Dibs on Shaggy.
Dun, dun, dun,
You can't pick Shaggy. I'm already
dun,
Shaggy.
dun, 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 dun. All right.
Like
Silta.
zoinks to Rowan.
Silta, you head off in your direction. Raph, you head off in your direction. Rowan, you head off in your direction. Why don't we all roll d20 and see who gets to play first?
Haha. I forgot to sign in.
That's a powerful roll.
Those are two powerful rolls.
Alright, hold up.
Should I be rolling or should I just not roll since I'm with Rowan?
Rowan rolled first, so we'll go with his.
Okay.
Raph, you drive the carriage off to the inn whose name I don't remember.
I don't remember both of the inns' names, and I'm like, I could have sworn I wrote it down. I don't think I. My notes start getting small in my PDF, and then it's like fucking. I need to get like an actual notepad.
I'm using a Word doc.
I use Notepad plus.
I'm also not taking notes for anything that's involving stuff that we can't read.
Very good.
I just
I'm
remember.
not
I
sure
just
if
remember
Jason
everything.
recorded. Yeah, he just pulls it out of the ether.
He
And
just
like the
knows.
voices, one of the voices in his head chimes in and is like, "You should really be investigating the murder right now."
It's his character's secret feat. He just has multiple voices telling him all the information that he should know. Alright. Raph, you head off to the tavern. You make your way there. You're at the tavern. You have anything you
I'll
want to
go
do?
in.
Or alright. You go in?
Nothing. Let me think. It's 5 p.m., right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in. I will set up boarding, and then I'm gonna go back and try and find that other inn where the hangout is.
I believe that was the Black Cauldron. I know that
I think it
one.
was something like. I think it was something like that.
That's a really bad movie.
It's a decent book. Funny enough,
I don't-
I read that series in reverse because I found the last book first in my middle school library. I read it was the High King, and then I forget the second one, and the Black Cauldron. I read them in the wrong order.
Nerd.
You know, I did that with the Del Toro books. I started in like the middle of those.
It was a good book. It was decent. Good old Lord of the Rings for kids. All right.
Isn't that just Dragonlance?
I've never read Dragonlance. I think Koba's a fan of those.
Missing him.
Rest in peace.
Dragonlance is based because the most based character just dies of a heart attack.
Damn, spoiler.
I can dig it. All right, you head off to the Black Cauldron now, after setting
Yup.
up your room and board, and they'll take care of the carriage and horses around back. Give me a wisdom or perception check as you make your way towards the Black Cauldron.
Wisdom or perception check? Which one does what again? Perception gets me more info.
Yes.
Yeah.
Harder to pass, but more information if you do pass.
Let's see, my perception.
Basically, it's like something feels wrong versus, oh, I can see what's wrong.
You know, something does feel wrong. I don't remember my perception being that score. I feel like I lost a point. What the fuck? I thought it was fucking. That is a perception check.
Well, it seems like a normal day. Seems like a fine time. Seems like you don't have any eyes on you this time around. And you will eventually see the rather exquisite Black Cauldron built in pure ebonwood with some normal dark wood here and there. You make it inside and no one pays you any mind. Some people look towards you and go back to their business.
I'm gonna go up to the bar and order an old fashioned.
An old fashioned. You know, last time I had the chance to order one, the person didn't know how to make one. What a shame.
It's so simple. What?
I know. Yeah. You order your old fashioned. The man behind the bar asks you for a silver.
I will give him a silver.
You get your drink, he gets his money. As you sit and or stand here in this rather spacious area, an area that may have been built to account for the fact that there should be giants around.
Are there?
You know, that's kind of curious, being that I'm like the first giant.
Well, you're the first giant. You're upstairs. This is like the normal people place. There are giants who live amongst the Black Bloom, so this Lakeshore being a joint city of the three clans of the Rose. They're like, you know, we have giants that live amongst us. We should probably account for their well-being. And Black Bloom take care to account for the well-being of their people. They usually have some bigger, sturdier stools and chairs lying on the walls of their establishments, just in case someone like you does happen to walk into their establishments. It is something that you are in fact used to. I imagine you have spent some time in Bahan Kors and Carverstead. You would know that it's a welcome place to your people when you leave your plantation. Though there aren't many giants that you remember. Most giants don't tend to live in the larger, the more populated areas. And then the academy itself in Bahan Kors, since they were magical, they didn't really have to worry too much about that. As a matter of fact, you give me an intelligence check, you're gonna pass it. You're gonna get the most important information out of this regardless, but just go ahead and throw me one.
I was about to say, it'd be funny if you rolled a nat 1.
The minute Poppy said you're gonna pass, I'm like, That's the one right there. I see it. I felt that one hit me through like the new sphere.
Well, I guess you don't.
I don't know shit. I'm just a good old country boy that done learned how to make sparks with his hands.
I
I'll
guess
make
you
magic's
don't.
good.
I guess you don't get the most important part of this. But as you think about it, right now, I guess God just sort of giving you this information that you remember there being some giants back in the Black Bloom Academy, but you don't remember them standing out too much.
They weren't special like me.
You are a special boy. Right? So you just here having a drink to your lonesome, doing nothing.
Who's in the room with me? Does anybody seem like they're kind of like the rogue type or maybe the magically inclined stealth type?
From what you can gather, the people up here they seem normal-ish. They just seem like various people who are probably all black blooms in one way or the other. This is the upstairs is for the common folk. It's the downstairs are where the more special people tend to congregate. Although this place being called the Black Cauldron does seem to attract a certain type of person. I guess you can say that there are some people here who seem a bit more roguish.
I'm gonna ask the barkeep. I might hit him up and be like, say you wanted to move around unseen, on official business. What's the method you'd go to?
Well, I'd probably hire a mercenary. It depends on what exactly you are trying to do.
I'm just trying to be able to move about whenever I need to without prying eyes knowing my business. As you can tell, it's a bit hard to disguise myself, considering my stature.
I suppose if you're more magically inclined, that would be easier. You would just give a bit of wave of the air and disappear. Oh, we don't get too many people advertising their abilities to cast magic in Lakeshore just because of the random foreigner who might find that uncouth. I'm sure if you needed that, you were in need of, say, disappearing, I'm sure your kind downstairs might have an answer.
I think I will go have a word with the fellas downstairs. I will head downstairs.
Yeah, downstairs. You do the knock. Someone opens the little viewport. You show them your tattoo. They let you in. It's been about a week, maybe, since you've been here last. You see a bunch of faces. A lot of them don't seem all too familiar. Granted, I don't think you spent much time trying to recognize any of the people or commit to memory the people that were down here before. You have all types. Most of them human, handful of elves here and there. I think there was an odd halfling, I think, last time you were here.
Yes, I remember that. I do remember the halfling,
And everyone is dressed in black.
as you do.
The bartender waves you down. Hello, friend. It's been a bit. I see you've got yourself new colors.
Figured it was time to ditch the red, considering my situation. Both that whole business, the wanted posters,
Very
and being
good.
a new member.
It fits you fine, c'est magnifique, as she pours you a glass of some sort of brown liquor. As always, the first one is free.
We'll take the glass. Thank you kindly.
And what business has you back here? And
I'm assisting a friend with some marital problems. But what brings me here specifically was I was curious. When on official business, how do y'all prefer to keep yourselves covert? I've gone down the path of uh, trying to learn invisibility, considering I think that's the best way for somebody of my stature, but it hasn't exactly been fruitful.
well, for most of our kind, we would simply tend to the shadows. However, I guess you do bring up a very interesting point that you are a man of great stature. It would be quite difficult for you to operate as we do. But you are magically inclined, are you not?
Correct.
Well, your kind usually have a way to simply disappear from the eyes of people. Have you not the power to do such a thing? Surely.
I do not possess the incantation to do so. I'm researching it, but it eludes me.
Ah. Well, I'm sure that you can find somebody here who has an idea, or maybe even may lend you their power. Are you not one of the learned magi?
I am learning. Anybody in particular around here might be of note for me to speak to?
Well, he is a prickly sort, but the small one over there, he is a, how you say, a master of the School of Illusion.
The halfling?
Oui?
Alrighty.
Hon.
Uh-huh.
Bagay.
And what's the good sir's name?
I believe his name is Edward.
Alrighty. I'll speak with him in a moment. I am curious, any happenings in Lakeshore in our absence? Anything out of the ordinary?
There has been a bit of a stink between that man who's been looking for you and the local authorities. Apparently, he was not too kind on the idea of being forced to stop his hunt.
Or that Pearson fellow.
Oui? He has been loud. But he does have a... It's not his own property, but the place he is staying does belong to some associates. They can't rightfully kick him out of town because of that. However, he has
Interesting.
been trying to look for you, as you are the only man, only link that he has to the disappearance of his would-be wife.
and his associates, and you hear anything about them?
Mm, as far as I know, his associates are, in fact, foreigners that they have some sort of relationship with the Greythorns. Uh, I'm sure you know well that the men of Velidor are quite fond of the Greythorns. Have a
I've heard a bit about
working
that.
relationship. But so
Yeah,
long as
some
they
kind of.
vouch for him, they cannot be evicted from the town.
Much to the chagrin of the locals, I assume.
The Whitefine are not too fond of the way he has been trying to move about finding Huiru, and the Black Bloom are not as fond as well, as he is trying to hunt down one of their own, one of our own. But I do believe he has been, what is the word, prevented from hiring men to go looking for you. He has a new escorts of this town that are watching his every move, analyzing his every transaction. So you need not worry about having any gold put on your head.
I will sip my liquor. I will thank the bartender, then go head over looking for Mr. Edward.
Yeah, the room is nowhere near as populated as it was before. Before you would say there are like 50-ish people around. Now there's only like 20. And because of that, you got that little halfling in the corner that kind of just sits out like a sore thumb. Kind of like you, just in opposite directions. He sits in the corner. It's a booth. His head pokes over the table, much like a child. He wears all black. It's sort of a tight black leather outfit. He has a what looks like a hood, although it's pulled down, so it's not covering anything up. Looks like it'd also be pulled up like a mask as well. He sits there. He has maybe like 3 or 4 tankards that are empty, and he is currently nursing one. He also sits alone.
I will walk up to him and introduce myself. Greetings, Mr. Edward. I hear that you're the man to speak to about illusions in these parts.
Illusions. Yes, that would be me. I am quite well versed in such things. To whom do I speak to? Oh, wait, no. I know you. You were here last time. You were wearing red. Were you not?
That was me, sir. Had a bit
Yes.
of a change since then.
The newbie. I was surprised to hear it true that the Black One decided to bring a giant into the fold.
I suppose I impressed a certain kind of talent to the Black One.
Yes, that remains to be proven. A giant magi of the Black Hand. How strange. Do not know what goes on through that thing's head. And by thing, I mean esteemed master. As he elevates his voice. Well, what do you want?
Well, as you can see, I am a bit of a larger fellow, and I've been thinking about how I would go undetected whenever I'm on a mission or carrying out my duties for the Black One. And the only answer I have for somebody of my stature is invisibility. However, the ability to do so, to make myself unseen, eludes me.
And you graduated from the academy?
Not exactly. So I was in the process of it when I was recruited.
Ah,
Can you tell me what's the gap in this resume?
Can you explain this? Yeah, can you explain this like
Can't say.
magical gap?
I
Signed an
see.
NDA.
A DEI hire.
I went quite literally. The Black One was like, "Damn, we don't have any giants around here, man. Like that's kind of fucked." go get Go get the first giant you see at the academy. And so I was plumb drunk right at the gate. Didn't make it back to the academy.
Thank you.
And those fellows, they picked me up. They said, "Boy, you coming with us? You gonna learn about Warlock isms and all kinds of evil things."
They
I'm
even
like,
baked
"Hell
him
yeah,
a
sir."
cake. They even baked him a cake saying, "Thank you for being a giant."
A giant welcome to you, sir.
Oh. Whew. Welcome to my affiliated Twitch stream, everybody.
Welcome.
Yes, well, I guess I wouldn't expect you to know this anyway. Haven't you spoken to any of your kind? Those who like to travel? Do you travel? Do you have people who travel at all? You came
I
from
travel
the
quite a
academy.
bit.
I guess it is still quite rare, especially the difficulty of imbuing such an object with power that is that strong. You do not know of the amulet, the giant's amulets of harmony, I believe is what they call it. I don't know how to speak their language.
I haven't heard of them.
It's an amulet that the giants, or at least the hill giants, are quite fond of making, especially when they travel outside of Vethel or Sanctuary or wherever it is they live. It's a curious thing that allows them to shrink down to the size of a slightly above average height human. That is one thing you can do. As for invisibility, I take it you're not too well versed or experienced in your arts as of yet.
I'm working on it. But
It
that
does
is true.
take some time. Invisibility is a quite intricate spell, especially if you want it to last more than a blink of the eye. I can cast it upon you right now if I so desired. However, it wouldn't be much use to you, as it will only last for about a minute. Then, of course, if you're dumb enough to break the spell, it's even more worthless. Suppose you can have somebody create scrolls for you, and can simply read off the scroll and cast it upon yourself as such.
I was following the scroll path. I haven't found a scroll of invisibility just yet. I would be able to infer some knowledge from the spell itself, but I don't know if I'd be able to replicate it.
Yes, and what is your specialty? How does the magic come to you?
I can't say I've specialized, so
He rolls his eyes. A newbie in many things.
I'll hit him with a giant grin.
Well, I'm not quite sure how to help you. As I said, you can find somebody to write a scroll for you, maybe even make a potion. However, those are difficult tasks. The scroll is easier, the potion is much more difficult. You need to find someone who's far more well-versed in the arts of the Magi, the learned kind, not the gifted sort.
And if I were to supply you with a scroll, would you be able to inscribe it, or
A well-treated vellum I can probably use. Granted, I am not much for writing scrolls myself, I can always give it a try. And any proper learned magi can learn from a scroll without burning it up. As he kind of gives you like an eye, raised eyebrow.
I will grin again. That was my intention, son. Whether I burn it up or not is yet to be seen.
Well, as I said before, it does take some time to even learn how to personify the words, how to internalize them. Whether you're capable of doing it or not might require a great deal of studying.
I'll do my best, and I'll try and locate a vellum. You live in Lakeshore, I assume. Well, I'd be able to find you around these pods.
I'm usually here when the sun is past its highest point. Unless I am called off to do something.
Well, sir, then I think that's a plan. I'd like to buy you a drink as thanks, if I may.
You may.
I will go get another tankard or whatever the fuck he's drinking.
It's just shit beer.
Yeah, I will also buy another glass of liquor for myself.
Mm-hmm. Be 5 coppers for each.
Damn, that's sick. 5 coppers?
Mm-hmm.
It was a silver upstairs for an old fashioned.
Yep, upstairs for the normies.
Fuck. I was bamboozled. I'm going to hang out with the halfling for a little while.
Right.
Before I leave.
We'll pass it off to let's see, Isolta and either Rowan or Sil, please roll a d20 and see who goes next.
Where's Shaggy and Scooby Doo?
Isolta, you make your way to the local Terzani business, and you'll find yourself smack dab in front of your little acupuncture salon spa place. Has no real what would you call it, specialization. It's just a place where people go to receive some sort of therapeutical treatment.
Alright. I'm gonna ask if one of the twins is here.
Ooh, good question, actually. Yes, one of the twins is in fact here. The person at the front would say, "Oh, back in the tea house, I believe On is here.
I thank them and I go back to look for Anne.
You go back and you go into the tea house. You know that this is like a restricted section. This is for the staff only. When you enter, you'll find On, who is currently painting on pinning a needle onto a diagram on the wall. Looks like a human body, and there are a few Vyvanse sitting around, sort of receiving instruction. She's telling them, this does blah blah blah. And then
I will wait until she's done with that.
she continues for about 5 minutes, and she notices you and gives you a bow of her head.
I know that.
And she continues on. She points out, the various little voodoo magical nerve points that you've entered into our game here. The chart, again, I do not have because it just kind of disappears for some reason. And she starts to wrap things up. It's like she addresses the students here. Now, I want you to practice on each other. Do not
I don't
worry
think that's a
too
good idea.
much. As long as you don't drive the needle in too hard. And she points at one of them. You will be the dummy. I expect you to do well, not to hurt each other. And she looks at you, Isolta. Isolta, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Yeah, I have a few questions. Maybe you have some information about them.
You wish to speak in private?
It would be for the better, yes.
Of course. To the cellar? And she will walk outside and around back the tea house
I
to
will
where she
follow.
will find a cellar door. She'll open it and wave you in. Following behind, closing the door. It is a plain, regular cellar. There's just wine racks. There's a large cask. Seems like an actual cellar. Nothing nefarious happening down here. So, Isolta, your questions?
Yes, do you have any information on Pearson?
Roger or Mason? I imagine you
Wait,
mean
there's
Roger, the
two of them.
son.
Yes.
I know merely of his business. Had not been tasked by Turin to do anything else of the sort. Is there anything that you wish to know specifically?
Well, I am tasked with, I would say, getting rid of him. I'd rather not kill him, so I wanted to know if there was a possibility of just sending him off of here. I know he's looking for me for information about.
Well, he has
school.
become a bit more rambunctious since your party has left here last. He is dead set on finding your giant friend. He believes he believes he is the answer to finding his would-be bride. As for that, he resides in a estate owned by the Greythorn. As you know, the Velador people and the Greythorn people are quite close since the end of the War of Man and their cooperation in the Surge back before the era of peace began. So it makes a bit of a difficulty as for removing him from Lakeshore. So long as he has the favor of his Greythorn sponsors, he is considered a welcome guest in this town, no matter how much of a problem he becomes for the rest of us. As for his sponsors, I do not know their names. I've never looked into it, but if you require me to do so, I can. I can, but I must give you some warning. Turin has tasked you with this job, and this is a job that you must do on your own. It is important for you to do so. Much like it is important for you to eventually spill the blood of the traitor amongst our people. Now,
I nod.
if you desired information on certain techniques, I can help you with that, but I cannot do anything that is too direct in your mission.
That is understandable. Now, uh, I will leave it at that for now, and I will come back, maybe in a few hours. I wanna go to wherever it is I'm meeting Hui at.
Do you remember what she said exactly?
Somewhere in the Rosenwasser, like northwest of Lakeshore.
Right. Okay. Right. You head out northwest of Lakeshore. It'll probably take you about an hour to get there. But I'm pretty sure she would give you a description of where to go and how to actually find it. You will walk along the shore of the Rosenwasser until you find a small cove.
All right.
Yes, you approach the cove, and it looks like there was a campfire built here recently that has been recently put out. It's warm, it lacks embers, but there is heat coming off the once smoldering wood.
I will ignite it again
Okay.
and wait.
After igniting it, about 10 minutes pass, and you'll hear a bit of a buzz, followed by a thump, as you hear now multiple steps of chitinous feet clattering amongst the stone of this cave. I thought it wise that I would leave a fire here, and the shadow of the cave would light when somebody turned it on. Thankfully, I don't have to kill that somebody. It is nice to see you again, Isolta.
Likewise.
So,
So,
have you decided what you are going to do? Or do you have questions?
I have one question. Would you rather him be dead or just gone?
I have no animosity towards the man, but he is unimportant to me. Truthfully, it is up to you. I do not care either way.
Roger that. And here are my notes on how to create the salts we spoke of.
Her eyes light up. Have you done much work with them?
I have a small sample if you want to try them.
Maybe later. But, what did she want for this? Or what was the deal with giving these to her? I don't remember that far back.
She was gonna give me like access to her automaton stuff and access to her other things in Jinkei.
Right. This will do. This will do. The next time you are in Jinkei, ask for... who would still be loyal? Ask for Lauren. Tell her that I want you to bring to me all of my work, as it would be too difficult for me to return home after a successful marriage to my would-be husband. She will unlock the door, you will gather my things, and they will be yours. Will that suffice?
Yes.
Good. Good. Well, Isolta, I wish we could have met each other on better terms. I feel like we have a bit of a like-mindedness in our work. And I do wish you luck in whatever you do, whatever you're planning with Pearson. However, my old life is meaningless to me. I have a new one I must fulfill. If you need anything more of me to help things be smoothed along, I will still be in the area. Simply light the fire if I'm not here. If it's nighttime or if I do not arrive, you can just travel down the cave a bit further and I've made myself a little den. But for now, I must go speak to our friend Lael. Until next time. She begins to walk towards the cave mouth.
Alright.
And as quick as she arrived, she leaves. Kicks off, buzzes into the air, until the buzz is now faint in the distance.
Alright, I'm gonna head back to Lakeshore now.
Alright. Another hour passes by for you as you return to Lakeshore. Anything you wish to do?
I'm gonna go back looking for Anne again.
Okay. You'll find Anne. She is in the tea house as she was before. There is a catatonic elf on the floor. Well, actually, at this point, there's two catatonic elves on the floor. And one of them is tending to them. Well, the conscious elf of the students is now tending to the two unconscious ones. Anne, however, is off in the corner. She seems to be writing something.
I'm gonna approach Anne and ask her, like, quietly, if we have any Greythorn allies nearby.
Since the war, we never really made friends with the Greythorn. We more preferred the company of the Black Bloom. There is a man, however, who may be looking to us for some help. You might have to engage in a deal with him. You wish for me to send him a message or set up a meeting?
If you would, please.
I will do that right away.
Send him to the Black Cauldron. I will meet him there.
Understood. She gets up, she puts away what she's writing, and she walks off to the... She leaves the tea house and walks across the yard to like another small building. You know, this is where they keep the birds to send messages. Anything else you wish to do?
I'm gonna change into noble attire and go to the Black Cauldron.
Alright. You head off to the Black Cauldron. Shaggy and Scoob.
Yeah.
You are looking for Isker. Correct?
Yes.
Alright. Well,
Rowan
you
is.
go...
I just gotta say right now, Rowan is fucking lost. He doesn't know where he is. He can't even read the signs around the town. He's just like, oh, that. He's just going around to sales like that. Does that look like a tavern? And then he goes in there and it's actually just a random ass store.
Yeah, that... How long... You know what? Since both of you are just, you know, incapable of existing in this foreign country, both of you
How is it
completely
you don't remember
lost
what
in
the tavern looks
translation.
like? How drunk were you?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember how many breads have you eaten?
Amelia Scarlet, is that you?
What?
Can both of you guys give me an intelligence check?
Combined. Might pass it.
That's true.
You forget Rowan has like the intelligence of... He has the highest int in the party.
16. It is the highest. It takes you some time. You haven't been here for a week, and you know what? To your credit, a lot of the buildings do look alike. And they're all the signs are written in languages that you just do not comprehend. But eventually you stop and, you know, you have your little conversation with Syl. And,
Yeah, I'm telling Phil that these guys are absolutely stupid. Why can't they just have pictures? You know, like a fucking mug, like
That's true. I'm truing right now.
I mean, that's what we do in Maeve, and it works quite well.
The whole
You know,
world should just be a big coloring book.
Just chalk it up to them having a really weird language, and the people are even weirder.
La racisme.
yeah. This goes on. It's two tourists in a town.
two tourists in a foreign country, in a town not made for foreigners, really. Although, granted, most foreigners would be here in this town, but most people who come to this town are capable of speaking and reading at least one of the languages. You guys don't happen to be one of those people.
Oh, I thought you were going to say smart, because that's also true.
You guys are also not smart. Eventually, throughout your bickering with each other, trying to figure out, you know, how much wheat-based products you've imbibed, be it liquid or solid, Eventually, you come across a tavern that does look very familiar to you, Rowan, because you've spent some time here playing music and earning coin.
Oh, I see it. I look at Phil. I'm like, holy shit, I remember this one.
Is this the one we're looking for?
I don't fucking know, but it might be.
Should
Let's
be a
go in.
should be a good sign that Rowan remembers this place because he was at least sober when he was here.
This is
Be
where
right
he
back real
started
quick.
his night.
Yeah, but then the thing is, he's played at so many taverns around town that each and every one just melds together.
That is true.
I miss
You
Harvard.
enter the building, and you'll see a whole host of people. They're all drinking and eating, having a good time. And you know what? That bartender does look familiar to you. You've asked this guy if you could play music here, and he's said yes before. And
I look at the bartender and I raise my ukulele.
he nods his head. Please, last
Yeah.
time was the patrons quite enjoy your playing.
Let's go. I'm gonna go look for that stage.
Yep.
Or that corner.
That corner, nice little chair, nice little stool, right there, as if it was waiting for you. You
Is
sit
Poppy's French?
Hmm?
Your French accent sounds like you're from Revachol.
down. Well, this one's supposed to be Germanic. This guy, but realistically,
French, German, it's the same thing.
they do kind of blend into each other sometimes. Just depends on how rough the German is. Lighter German
It
does
is
sound like
I.
French.
It is I, Rowan. He's speaking in common right now. He's saying that I am back to play you the music of the world.
Nobody seems to understand what you're saying, except for one guy who's raising his mug, who just so happens to be your friend Ishker.
Holy shit.
What?
It's I was actually gonna I am completely like still just very loud as fuck. It's like holy shit, it's Esker. I was about to just sing a song about you just so I can find you in this tavern.
Why
Well-
would you sing a song to find him?
Don't let me stop you. I'm like
I
5
give up.
cups in, friend. Go ahead and play.
I give him a thumbs up and I'm like, I'm gonna sing the song. Where the fuck are you, Esker?
I'm right here, lad. As he reaches to his cup and starts to drink some more. He looks like he's enjoying himself, and other people see this, and they think it's amusing.
And then I play the music.
Ah, yes. Good old 18 Naked Elves.
He's gonna play Ram Ranch 18.
Yes.
You wanna
17 Inquisitors
roll
raiding the Condra lair.
roll
It's
performance?
pretty bad.
You're not getting the response that you would hope for, but Ish
I still
Esther
continue.
seems to enjoy himself still. You can see the red on his cheeks as he's drinking. I can't believe you failed that roll. Wow.
I know.
Alright. You sing your song. People don't care as much as they did that one time that you were here singing I don't know how to speak these languages. You guys understand me, yada yada yada. You know, that one song that everybody really liked but had no idea what you were saying. It's kind of like back in middle school when you first learned about Rammstein and you're just like, yeah, du hast. I have no idea what this means. It's a song about marriage.
Wow, it's a cool song about Dota. I love it.
Vi sitter här har en expera lite Dota.
Yep, tiny airlines.
Tasdingo, man.
I feel you, man.
All right, you sing your song.
Damn, they did not like my rendition of Sandstorm.
Esker beckons towards you as he flags down one of the tavern wenches to bring the two of you some drinks. I'm not sure if Syl looks like she's with you at this point.
That's Rowendal's elf girlfriend.
Do you
I'm
join
sorry,
Esker?
but I am loyal to Valulu.
Yeah, that's his human girlfriend. Quote unquote human.
Well, I got a job here. How's Mr. Pearson doing?
Oh, Mr. Pearson's, he has gone off and done he has been a bad man, I should say. He's causing a whole bit of trouble for the White Vine out here. Trying to find your giant friend, and he really wants to get his wife and get hitched and have a happy life or whatever.
Asking about his entourage. Do you recognize any of them?
His entourage. Well, he's been forced to add a few local men to it. They're keeping an eye on him, making sure he's not causing any trouble, hiring mercenaries to go hunting your friend. But he travels around town and still has his fun here and there at bars, while his men cavort with the locals. One of them is not too fond of that, though. Some strange fella. As I go and look for the description of this person. I believe
His name is Billy, but it has a fancy. It's got a nice little dash over the eye.
He also has a silent W, like in Quarter Pounder.
Yeah, it's a WBILYE. That's how you spell Billy.
I keep seeing those ads on my feed. I'm like, what the fuck does this mean?
Where did I put the notes for?
Hold on, I bet I can find that actual McDonald's tweet if I. It's a fucking stupid ad.
I have no idea what ad you're talking about. It just sounds very silly. This one. One of the fellows he likes to travel with is, he don't look too fond of this place. Doesn't seem to be having as much of a fanciful time as the rest of his friends. Brunette man, blue eyes. When he smiles, it's a bit off-putting. Gave me a real stink eye one time. I got a bit too close to them all. Not a fan of elves. Granted, I don't think
hold
anyone
on.
from that side of the world is a fan of elves.
Still, where the fuck is Sil?
I'm literally standing next to you, Val. Not Rowan. There's my one name fuck up.
Yeah, but you have been so quiet that Rowan has been chugging drink after drink, and he just has lost sight of you in his peripheral vision.
Oh, she tuned him out when he started singing.
Yeah, that's the thing. This, like, they both just tune each other out. Did you? What? What was the guy that hired us look like? He had like a weird ass smile. If you're, I don't remember shit, but you can remember.
Yeah, he had a pretty toothy smile.
Why does Rowena have some reverb?
That's just
I
the
have
magic of the
reverb.
bard.
Okay.
You sound
Yeah,
fine.
that's canon.
It's the wrong system. Reverb is for Delta Green.
That's true.
Toothy grin is how I'd put it. It always feels a bit fake, like he's thinking something sinister. Although, the look he gave to me was one of malice. You had a run with this man, lass, as he gives an eye to you, Syl.
He's the one that hired us to escort someone and then tried to kill us.
It was William something.
Sounds like a proper Valyrian bastard. Why would a man try to hire you and murder your pretty little head? As he takes a sip of his drink. William. I can't recall any of their names. I never really got close
Well,
enough to listen in.
if he hates elves and the person he's with is trying to marry an elf and go to Velador while being married to an elf, it seems like it would make sense that he would want to stop the marriage through any means possible.
Betraying his own friend to fulfill his people's racist kind of ideals. What a shite place Velador is. You ever been to Velador?
No, never.
Well, you shouldn't. Ever.
Meanwhile, Syl is speaking in the accent of someone from Velador.
And he's speaking in drunk.
I know, that's what makes it perfect.
Actually, to you, he sounds, his accent sounds pretty dwarven.
Oh, so he sounds stupid.
Aye.
Whoa.
You want me to do a little learning on this, William feller? I know he's not always spending all his time with Mr. Pearson. He wanders off on his own from time to time. He's not always with the entourage.
I mean, if you can find out where he is, then we can go get our money.
Well,
And then a
This
bonus.
man pretty much owes us.
I do know where they stay. It's a Greythorn estate. Not sure you want to cause trouble there.
What's the worst that could happen if we were to cause trouble?
Well, the Greythorns, while they might be an honorable bunch. They are also quick to draw swords, that kind. Oh,
Syl
I'd rather.
will just point at Rowan. I seen him throw a rock so fast that it just blows up skulls.
Well, that might be worthwhile. See, at least. I mean, you can go and start the trouble if you want to, but well, you know what? It's your life. I wouldn't go picking fights with all of them at once, though. Still, I'd rather face off against a Greythorn than a White Vine. The White Vine might stay their blade, but they're twice as vicious.
So, what do you say about this tailing job?
You want me to tail the fella?
Yeah.
Anything you want to want me to learn specifically, or just
His schedule.
his schedule? Rowan or no, not Rowan. You're Rowan. The Pearson fella or the Evans, or not the William fella. Both.
No, I I don't think we need Pearson. You've already given us the information on how we can get him outside.
Right. You want me to find the William fella and see what he's doing when he's alone?
Correct.
I'll start
For
as
the-
soon as I can. Sober up and we get off the hangover I'm sure I'm going to have.
Oh yeah. Just do it when you can. Uh, not much of a hurry, at
Right.
least.
I doubt he's gonna be leaving anytime soon.
That's You'll probably start seeing something once we get something planned out for the Pearson guy. But I give him 15 silver. Uh, you know, you've done such a great job last time.
Well, this is an astounding review. Make sure you tell all your friends.
Oh hell
But
yeah! It's a 5-star review on Uber.
but for
I'll
now,
post.
I don't really take some of these silvers and lady over here. Get some more drinks for me and my friends. As he flags down the tavern wench. She goes and takes some of the empty mugs at the table and goes and fills them up and brings them back. Thank you, love. And here, have an extra silver for yourself. Friends, to continued business for us what do those white vine call us? Us white chi. As he takes his mug and lifts it for a toast.
I lift my mug and I drink.
Yep, he drinks as well. Do you drink, Sil?
Soul's just staring confused. What does that mean?
What does what mean?
The word that they call us.
Wai chi? It's what they call us outsider elves, us non-white vines. It's a descriptor and a slur, depending on their mood.
Oh, that's not too bad. You should see what they call us out west, and then Sil will just start drinking.
I remember what they call us out west. That's why I live here out east. And he will continue to order drinks if you guys will drink them. And if you guys don't drink them, he'll drink them.
Still, will just have the one.
All right. Rowan.
Rowan is gonna keep drinking because he's practically paid for it already.
All right.
Sil is gonna be the designated driver.
How very unshaggy of you.
No, he's Scooby.
I was talking about you, Sil.
Oh. I see.
Man puts a whole box of Scooby snacks here and you're not gonna have any? How dare you? Right? Do you just continue drinking into the night?
Yeah, and then now that I am not sober, I'm gonna go play again.
Go ahead and roll me a performance check.
Gonna play my hit song.
Oh yeah, you're so much of a better performer when you're drunk.
Lights Watch Ranch 18.
And as always, this crowd has no idea what you're saying. But hey, you're doing one hell of a performance. No, let's see. You make 5 silvers and 10 copper during this
Based.
this night of performing. And I guess we will go back to what's your name? Isolta. Isolta, you make it back to Lakeshore. And it is now, I believe the sun is starting to set, or at least it's getting low.
I'm pretty sure I was already back.
Oh yeah, that's right. That time frame still counts. The sun is starting to set. Are you making your way to the Black Cauldron?
Black Cauldron, yes.
Right. You make your way through town. Go ahead and make me a perception or wisdom check as you do.
That's perception.
That town seems like normal. You feel normal walking through town. You don't have any more eyes on you than usual. Yeah, everything just seems normal. Eventually you find the all ebonwood, mostly ebonwood building known as the Black Cauldron. Couple guys hanging out front, having a smoke. You make your way inside?
Yes.
Right. You get inside and, well, there's a decent amount of people in here. You'd say somewhere around 30 to 40. Some of them looking a bit roguish. More gruff than you're usually used to seeing in Lakeshore.
I will approach the bartender or owner.
Mm-hmm.
And give him a gold coin and ask for a private meeting room if he has one.
A private meeting room? It's strange for a white find to enter here asking for such. But,
Oh, I have a friend here.
well,
That's why.
I see. Is he out here right now, or?
Is the giant here?
You do not see any giants here.
I
Everyone here is
don't
human.
think he's here right now. But he's a
There
giant
are
friend.
rooms that we
Think he's-
usually reserve for the a working type, but I can put one aside for you if you so desire.
Please do so.
Is there anyone that I should be directing to said room?
If Greythorn comes asking for Atursani, send him there.
As you wish.
And I will ask him if he has seen the Black Bloom giant in black.
Well, we get a lot of black bloom here. a black plumed giant that stands out like a sore thumb. I know exactly who you're talking about, I assume. He is... Well, he is in his own private room, but I can send for him if you wish.
Send him a note and where I'm gonna be.
Of course. He calls out, Lydia, please take our friend here to one of the rooms upstairs and make sure none of the girls go up there, please. Unless it is for drinks, would you like anything? May I send you something, if you please?
What do Greythorns like?
Beer, mostly. I will send you a fine cask of my best beer.
I nod at him.
Please, Lydia, take care of the girl. And a woman, a black bloom woman, somewhat tall, she will gesture to you to follow her upstairs. And she'll take you to the room on the furthest end of the walkway. Leads you inside, and it's a rather nice place. Well perfumed, well decorated. Few places to sit, as most people who come up here are probably going to be using the bed. Eventually, she will return with a cask of that beer. Anything else you wish to handle while here?
No, I will just wait.
All right. Raph, as you're hanging out with your new friend, kind of friend, the bartender down here, she will approach. Oh, Monsieur Raph, I have a letter for you.
Alrighty. From who?
Oh, from upstairs. Seems somebody has come here seeking your audience, as she'll hand you the letter.
Huh. And this person's here?
They are upstairs in one of the private rooms.
Alrighty. Well, Mr. Edward, it was very nice to make your acquaintance, but I must tend to other business at this time.
Yes. Well, do be careful when you try to read scrolls. I'm not sure what they would do to someone of your kind. You don't seem to be one who is quite exalt in manner. But I'm sure the great black one has a idea in their mind for whatever your purpose you serve. Good luck. Don't get yourself killed.
See you around, sir. And I will head upstairs.
Head upstairs. The bartender upstairs will direct you to the room at the end of the walkway upstairs. Well, on the second floor. And in this room, you will find a Sulta.
What brings you here?
Waiting for an informant. I'd rather have someone else here too.
Oh boy.
And I have no clue where the elves are.
Oh, you know them elves.
The elves be elven.
You guys wait around for a bit. Probably like 40-ish minutes pass, and you'll hear a knock at the door. Lydia will poke her head in. Your guest has arrived. Should I direct him up here?
I not.
She leaves, and a couple more minutes pass, and an older Greythorn man will enter the room. Older, tall, has a heavy beard. Looks well dressed. Not too well dressed. Simple tunic. Some nice pants. Some nice leather boots. I use one that is seeking my audience.
I nod and I motion with my hand towards one of the seats.
Very well. Your people have called for me. I assume that you are going to enter in our deal to earn our favor. What is it exactly that you want from me? And then we may discuss terms.
I want information and some help with something.
That is quite vague. Is
Well,
there anything that you
I-
would give me more information before I even deign to discuss this with you?
I want to know who is the sponsor of the Pearson man currently in town. I am aware that he is a Greythorn.
Ah. You mean the upstart brat that has been causing trouble for the town? That's a man?
For the town and, well, mostly for me and my friend here.
I take it you, as he points to Raph, are the man kidnapping young elven girls, or so they say. Or so they were saying.
I smile at him. Oh, you know, sir, giants just tend to be enslaving everyone in the area. Have to plantationalize these elves.
I find your crass black bloom ways amusing. He turns to the mirror by the dresser, and he kind of brushes his hair back a bit and looks at himself in it. Tilts his head up, turns to the side. Well, I do believe we must first give each other our names. My name is Hansel Toss Imhart Greythorn. And to whom am I speaking to?
I will hit him back with, well, sir, I happen to be Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau the third.
Monsieur Cousteau. And you, White Vine.
Tursani Isolt.
Well, Herr Consult, Herr Cousteau, and Frau Tazan. What exactly do you wish to know about this man? Merely his sponsors?
I want to know who is sponsoring him, and I want to know about his company. Not his business, but who he keeps company with.
If I remember correctly, his sponsors are... they're men who come from Kiran's port. Normally a black bloom place, but I believe they are Greythorn there. The family is a trotter. I do not know the actual patron or patriarch of the family, but The Trotta family is the one who he's at least being sponsored by. I assume they own the estate he is staying at as well. As for the men that he keeps company with, I'm not too familiar with them. I do know that he has people from the town now following him, making sure he is not causing trouble. Is there anything you wish to know about the Trotta? I'm not sure if I can tell you too much.
I mean, give me all the information you have on them.
They are an old family. They used to own land up near Schulstadt. They were pushed out during the War of Unification. They were slated to be exiled as far as I remember, but one of the younger sons struck a deal with Hans der Wolf. No longer were they exiled. They do have some ties to the Freelands. I do know that they send some form of money or food to some families there live near Seifen. I believe I might have told you too much already. But, Frau Tozani, there is something that I would like from your family if we are to continue on in our dealings.
Which is?
We need access to a certain kind of... What is it? I wouldn't call it a medicine. I'd say it's more of a drug. Do your people have anything that is capable of cleansing certain bloodborne venoms, poisons from the body? Or are you at least knowledgeable in the art of surgery?
I do know about. I am a surgeon, but I would have to ask someone else about the medicine you're looking for.
If I were to ask you to perform a rather dangerous surgery, would you be willing to, and would you be able to successfully carry it out?
Depends on what are we talking about.
He leans into that mirror again. He kind of just stares himself in the eyes. He gets back up and he moves to actually sit down now. He takes out a piece of paper from his tunic and places it on the table before you. And what you see looks like a serpent of some sort. Have you ever seen one of these?
Have I?
You have not. It's a quite strange looking serpent. It has its body is shaped like a leech, but its head has a series of claws, I would call them. It's very foreign, very alien to you. I cannot tell you where this creature has come from. I can tell you where the creature currently is. There are a few of them that I need you to take care of. This thing, as far as the sages has told me, they burrow into the spine of their victim. And, with any luck, the victim dies immediately. However, that is a very unlikely situation. These creatures are taking host into the victim. Well, they normally do. The victim then becomes a bit erratic, strange in their acting. They seem to be the man you once knew, but in time you realize that they are no longer themselves. By that time, it is too late. Your comrade or friend will have wandered off to God knows where. Not even Aldea can find them or save them at that point. However, there has been some success in removing these creatures from the body. However, most of the time, it leaves the host paralyzed. A fate far worse than death, especially for a Greythorn. With some time to study said creature, would you be willing to attempt to remove these from 3 people?
If I am given time and I am able to
There are a few
do
animals
some.
that
Oh
you
wait,
can.
I haven't. I was interrupted. If I have some time and I can do some experiments and probably ask some colleagues of mine, I might be able to.
I will not have you do this blind. There are a few animals that have suffered this same affliction. You can practice on them and not worry about whether they live or die. That suffice.
And you said you do not know where this
I cannot say where they came
cannot
from.
say.
It is a matter of honor. As it is, merely speaking to you on this subject will threaten having my name stripped of me.
Understood.
You know that Greythorn names are very important. To have a name stripped of you is kind of like the highest dishonor. And usually when that happens, you get sent to the colony up north in Aaronfort. Live the rest of your life as one of the dishonored. If you are able to perform said operation, I will gladly help you in whatever endeavor you have with this Pearson man. Even acting in a more direct manner if you will desire. What I told you already is all I can tell you for now. I'm sure you
I
understand.
noted him. And do these creatures have any name?
We have given them no name.
Do you have any more information on them? When they take a host, do they seem in control of them? Or is it more of a like uh like the host wants to do something they are not usually doing, or do they
It
like
varies on the host. It is quite rare for them to seem as if they are themselves, if maybe the creature has control. Most of the time, as far as we know, it seems like they are acting on instinct. But as of recent times, at least with the recent 3 that we are dealing with, we believe them to be more in control. May I...
The host is in control or the creature is in
It's
control?
a creature. But, generally, as he leans in to the table and he starts to talk in a more hushed voice. When these creatures are taken in, generally it is of their own will that the host is doing so. These ones were not taking in of their own accord.
I'll see. Very well. Just give me a place where I can meet with the animals you have talked about, so I can see to do some experimentation, I guess.
There's a small wooded area towards the east. My people have a camp there. Half a day's ride. When should we
All right.
expect you?
I will most likely be there tomorrow afternoon.
Very well. He gets up. He sighs. He makes his way towards the door. He stops for a second. He turns around. Frau Tazani, Herr Costello. He nods, turns around, and he walks out the door.
I will wait a moment just to make sure our man's is gone. And then look to Solta.
I will give Raph the picture. Ever seen anything like this?
What am I looking at?
Some sort of parasite.
Judging by some of the writings, it's maybe about 7 to 8 inches long. Be 3 inches in diameter. Tapers out real thin towards the tail.
I wouldn't know about anything like this.
Maybe. Give me an intelligence check.
Give him another one.
Yeah, let me hit. Yeah, I was about to say. Let me just double check. It is. It was. That was with a +13. Whoa. We're still, still short one. There was one.
Creatures of the normal world, even abnormal creatures, were not really something that people study back in the academy.
I figured as much. I don't know nothing about critters like this. One of those 2 goofball elves might have a better idea about what this thing is. Hell, Rowan might have encountered something like this or deployed some kind of parasite of this type. How confident are you in completing that surgery? If these things infest the whole body and take it over.
I believe it's more of a chemical removal than a physical one. There is something those things must be or must not like to be in contact with.
Chemicals also up Mr. Rowandahl's alley. He's not entirely retarded. It should be doable. Greythorns would be a great help, considering they hate these folk as much as we do. Unfortunately, I'm not too helpful in this kind of endeavor.
Well, uh, I'm gonna go look for someone. Maybe see if they have some sort of more info on this.
I'll ask around as well.
Uh,
Maybe tomorrow.
Probably not discuss the parasites too much.
I will smile at Zolta. My people can be trusted. My sources.
All right. And I will head back to the Tursani business.
All right.
I will head back to the inn I'm staying at.
All right.
I will take the picture with me, or the drawing, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm stealing the picture from Harmu.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand.
It's like man with fucking hands as big as Harmu's head.
I'll never notice the gigantic fingers picking her pockets. Well, since Raph is right here, I'm assuming you're going downstairs to the basement.
Me?
Yeah. I mean, I imagine that's where you.
What time is it?
Sun is beginning to set, like actually set for now.
No, I'm not gonna go back down. It'd be fucking odd to like say goodbye to everyone and like show back up and be like, "Hey, I'm back, guys. It's time for round 2."
Okay. I guess you're going off to your to the inn.
Yeah, I'm going to go study my scrolls and do my best not to burn myself alive.
All right.
He proceeds to burn himself alive.
Isolta, you gonna ask around at your
I'm gonna
family's
look
place?
for Anne.
All right. She's still there in the tea house now. The third elf is now incapacitated. All 3 of her students are lying on little bedrolls. Little acupuncture needles sticking out of them. She's at her corner, her desk, just writing away at stuff. She looks up to notice you. Young mistress, have you had a conversation with our friend?
I nod. Did you know what the deal he wanted was?
I only know it involved some sort of medical request. And we as Tazani are pioneers in said field.
I will ask her if she's ever seen one of those things and give her the thing. Note. Drone.
I've seen creatures somewhat like this, but they lacked the claws on their head. They look familiar to the Aldean blood leech. Are you familiar with those at all? I doubt you
Am I?
are. No, you're not.
Okay.
But I cannot say if they are those. Those blood leeches are smooth, tail to head. This one has claws on its face. I imagine The client wants you to take care of one of these things.
Yes. So out of character, what do they look? Do they look like leeches or those? Do they look like leeches, tapeworms, or what's that name of the other one?
The other one. Flatworms? That'd be a tapeworm.
No, no. There's another snake-like thing.
Another snake-like thing.
Fuck, I forgot the name of it.
Describe it.
And
Like the ones that come out of mantises? Horsehair worms?
no, it's the big ones that have like don't have jaws, but they can stick to skin.
Leech.
No. The big ones, not the leech.
Lamprey eel?
Yeah, lamprey.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Lamprey eel.
They're fucking ugly.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they basically just look like a leech except they're all teeth.
Yeah.
If you peeled its head back and put the teeth all over its head, maybe.
Would it be more like a bobbit worm?
Ew.
No, a bobbit worm is more like it bites your dick off.
That actually would look more like a bobbit worm. Like, imagine a leech with a bobbit worm's head.
Okay.
Or like a larval Gould, if you like Stargate. And I love Stargate. Actually, maybe... Oh, no. Yeah, like a bobbit worm with the body of a leech. The squishy, smooth body of a leech, but the head of a bobbit worm.
All right.
All right.
And I will ask her if what info she has on the blood leeches.
Well, I don't know too much of them. They are a forbidden creature. They do come from the Rosenwasser, as far as I know. Sometimes you can see them traveling to the Rosenwasser. But when they do that, they're much larger. Maybe about the size of a fully grown gourd. Disgusting creatures, really. As for... They don't seem to care too much to attach to people, as far as I know. Did the Greythorn man give you any information on what these are, or what they're doing?
Not much other than they take control of their host. However, he did say that normally they are taken willingly.
Interesting. Has your brother taught you much about the Aldean cultists?
Has he?
No.
No.
There are people who, I'm sure you know, that the Greythorn worship Aldea. The human woman turned folk goddess, the one that they ascribe responsible for raising the mountains in the north and the south. These people believe that she resides at the bottom of the Rosenwasser, and that the cultists would take in these blood leeches to sort of imbue their power, her power within them, as a way to alleviate the pain of Aldea the Broken. They take on this rite of altruistic suffering. I imagine that these are an offshoot of that creature, if one were to take them in willingly. But it would be difficult to find an Aldean cultist. They do not practice openly. It is not something that the Greythorn like to speak of.
Sounds very much like the situation he described. Now, do I remember anything about the kobold and what he said to the others?
I mean, you were there physically, just not here as a player. Yeah, the kobold, Ronan, said that his pack went up to the Rosenwasser and started drinking, and then they kind of just decided to get weird with it. They became obsessed with the Rosenwasser, and they refused to leave. Some even just diving into it, and actually no, he didn't go that far. They just became obsessed with the Rosenwasser. It was just not something they wanted to part with. He himself, though, after drinking, was perfectly fine.
Alright, so drinking might not be the issue. I will thank Anne, and I'm gonna go to sleep probably. I
Alright.
need to meet the elves tomorrow.
Alright. Salta, you head off to bed. Raph, I imagine you're doing the same. And after studying, of course.
Yeah.
Rowan and Syl, how long do you guys hang out in this here tavern?
Fucking party animals.
I don't know where everyone else is.
Well,
Syl is thankfully the designated walker carrier.
the designated
Yeah.
Rowan watcher. Leash holder.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, I mean, you
Yeah,
guys
Rowan
can-
has that harness on him.
the harness
I mean,
that you put
Syl
on your
does have a
kids.
rope.
Do you guys, I guess, hang out here for the rest of the night, or do you try looking for familiar
Syl,
places to
you-
sleep?
So
Yeah, Syl will try to drag Rowan away and so he doesn't die from drinking.
and he is like, did Isolta and Rav tell you where they were staying?
Tell me what? Say what?
Did Rav and Isolta tell you where they were staying?
Syl's just
Oh,
gonna
we're so
stare at. Syl's just gonna stare at Rowan.
Well, I know a good park we can sleep at.
I know a good park bench.
We could just look for whichever one has the card at it.
The what?
Our carriage. You know, the thing that we came in on? It's going to be at whichever inn they're at.
You know what? Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's go.
All right. Wisdom, perception checks, and also an intelligence check after that.
So just every check right now.
Wisdom or perception, and then an intelligence.
Holy shit!
You failed an intelligence check, sir.
Rowan's
Yeah.
too fucking drunk.
And your intelligence still.
Oh, and that one on the end. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure out something on the character sheet real quick. Why is it...
We passed the wisdom check, but not the intelligence check.
So, as you drag Rowan out of the tavern in his drunken stupor, as he's collecting coins that people have probably dropped in front of him as he was performing, you don't see the cart immediately. And, you know, you're lost. The buildings here all kind of look the same. But
It
it
looks like
dawns on
stone.
you. Right over there is that inn that you slept in the first time you were in town. It's actually just 3 buildings down.
Hey, we're there.
As you approach, you'll see the wagon off in the, not in front, but it's sort of, parked around back.
It's this one, Rowan. This is our cart. You can tell it's ours because it's ours.
Yeah, it looks like the wagon you rolled in on.
Do you want to do the talking?
Yeah.
You're drunk, but you get along well with innkeepers.
So, plan is talk to innkeepers and say, "Do you see the white fine girl and a giant?"
He's very subtle.
A what?
I said you're subtle.
I know I am. Thanks for the compliment. Rowan is absolutely lost. He doesn't know where he is right now.
He's like blinking one eye at a time.
So did you find the cart?
I just... Yes, I just said... Were you listening to anything I said?
He's
No.
actually role playing as a drunk man.
Rowan, this is the end. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go in there and ask if they've seen Raph and Isolta, and you're not going to sing.
I got it.
Otherwise, I'm gonna tie your mouth shut.
He really wants you to sing.
Bill will loosen his lead so he can walk.
It's like Volition legendary check. He really enjoys your singing and wants you to continue.
I try my best to stand up straight, and I go to the innkeeper. Ahem, good innkeeper. You speak common, right?
Monsieur Elf, I remember you. You were a companion to the giant, Mr. Monsieur Costello?
I have shifty eyes because I'm trying to remember who the hell this guy is. Yeah. Raphael Ambrosius Costello.
Oui, Mr. Monsieur Costello. I imagine
Damn, you know what?
you are still together, no?
Yeah. We came in the cart together. Are they here?
Oui, Monsieur Costello is retired to his room. Do I need to direct you? I know you did not come in at the same time. I can tell you where he is, and I'm sure he will let you in. His room is paid for.
Thank you. I would like that.
Oui.
I poke my head out and look for Soul. I just fucking
And Syl is standing right next to Rowan. He's literally on a
yeah, he
lead.
walks out, he's looking for Syl. Syl is just so fucking tiny, he can't see shit.
Why are you leaving the building?
The innkeeper would let you, so, Madame, is your
He's-
friend alright?
He's drunk just a bit.
Ah,
About half his body weight.
well, Madame, Monsieur Costello is in room 5. If you just go up the stairs, it should be on the right of the hallway.
I turn around. So we have it. We found them.
Yes. Yes, we did. Thank you for telling me.
I give up trying to stand straight and I just gremlin mode up the stairs.
Well, Madame, as I said before, room number 5, you should probably make sure that your friend makes it there, and dinner is a part of the room's board. We are still serving, if you please.
Thanks, I'll go make sure he doesn't go into a different room.
That would be for the best.
And then Syl will follow the gremlin upstairs.
Yep, you follow him upstairs, and you'll see room number 5 right there on the right side of the hallway.
And where did Rowan go?
He's probably, you know what? Let's see.
You know, it's a single hallway. I think a perception check needs to be made to find the gremlin.
He hasn't even made it down the hallway. He kind of tripped at the top step, and he's still like passing by rooms 1 and 2.
Now, do you know what 5 looks like?
I hold up 4 fingers.
Exactly, that's the room you should go into. And so we'll just stand there watching. Go on, Rowan. You can do it. You're a big elf.
I remember the room. It's the only one that giants can get through. That one. I just point to a random ass room.
Roll 1 to 10.
You point at room number 8.
Is there even a room number 8?
There is.
Do I hear any of this or am I just fucking shocked?
You probably hear this.
You just hear the drunk ramblings of Rowan outside.
Good boy, Rowan. Go try to enter the room.
I will open the door and lean. I will open door number 5 and lean out. Y'all know what time it is. Are y'all aware of what
No.
time of night it is?
Syl will look at the ceiling. It's night.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very perceptive, Mr. Ronan. How about you go stare at the moon?
Oh, hey, Ralph.
Raph,
Rowan doll.
you're greeted by this elf who is drunk as a skunk, and the alcohol is fragrant on him.
Oh, hi.
Maybe we should sleep outside for the night.
Oh, hi, Ralph. I did not hit her.
I believe you, son. I don't think you have it in you to hit anybody. I
I
will
mean, he tried
walk
to hit on
outside.
he tried to hit on a few patrons, but he doesn't speak their language, so he didn't accomplish anything.
I'm sure they were flattered by Rowan Doll's fucking serenades or whatever the hell it is.
I'm
He's
gonna
up to.
slink past Ralph into the room. I just need a place.
Well, Miss Sill,
He is like this fucking Rowan is just trying to squeeze in through the door. Like he does not care about Ralph. He just squeezing in. You know, excuse me.
Is he
Coming through.
successful?
I'm gonna flick Rowan Doll in the back of the head as he walks in.
What I do in acrobatics to get past into the room.
I mean, Raph's kind of big, and you're kind of small. I imagine you could just squeeze past him.
I don't know. I
I'm-
think him being flicked is funny because that means he has to make a strength check.
And you'll probably still flick you. I mean, really, walking between a giant's legs is not that difficult for a little elf.
He's wearing robes, to be fair.
I'm not gonna try and stop him. I'm just gonna fucking flick him. See if it knocks him off balance.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say that flick lands and does knock him a little off balance, but you know what? He was already off balance.
That's exactly why I did it.
He's on his side now. His crawling towards the room is like, you know what? We got him. We got.
Touchdown.
We made it. Well
I'm-
done, Mr. Rowan Doll.
Rowan is trying to form sentences like, yeah, we got Esther to tell what's his name? William.
It looks like there are Greythorn elves involved.
You don't say.
Those are humans?
Is Sultan in the room? I just
No.
heard them.
It's the voice in your head that sounds like Isolde.
He's like crawling through the door still. He's like, is that a Sultan? Hold on.
It's the Inland Empire speaking to you.
Well, either way, we're going to be dealing with Greythorns, which apparently is better than dealing with Whitevine.
Well, yeah, I'm now just worming my way into the room. Ralph, what do you think about being bait for Pearson? You can lure him out, and then he just ends his sentence there and just falls asleep once he gets into the room.
Well, Miss Sill, I'm not exactly sure where you'll stand, but I think you have the cognitive ability to figure that one out. Unlike our dear friend, Mr. Rowan Doll here.
Where is he? Yeah, you
He made
flicked
it
him
to
in.
the room.
He's I can't see him anymore.
Maybe not. Maybe Maybe you do need help.
And Raph has the bed, Rowan has the floor, Syl has the couch. Three Stooges. All right, you guys are all.
Rowan, make sure you sleep on your stomach so you don't suffocate on your own vomit.
Lord.
He's already out. You'll see him sleeping on his side on the floor. He's a drunk little mess.
He'll be fine. Yeah,
Right.
Raph, never let him sing in anywhere.
Raph will like mumble something as he's getting back in bed. He's not entirely paying attention to what the drunk elves are saying.
All right, you guys sleep for the night.
Yes.
At least Rowan avoided another park. This is the first time he's ever slept in a fucking room here.
That's true. He's been sleeping in parks and shit. On benches like a proper homeless man.
We do that sometimes.
Sometimes you party just a little too hard.
Yeah.
You wake up. It is morning. It's Rowan roll for hangover. It's a constitution check. Surely you pass this one.
Well, it depends. Does he get a penalty for sleeping on the floor?
Yeah, you know what? At -4. The -4 penalty.
Damn.
Rowan, waking up sucks.
Tummy hort. Tummy hort.
Tummy hort, head hort. God forbid anybody made some loud sounds right now.
I'm gonna have to cancel my streams. I'm sorry.
See you in 2 months.
See you when the next merchandise hits, and the new party pops up.
And the new Niji event happens.
The new Jin-K Idols debut. Okay, so I continue on with what I was saying to Raph. So
Wait, so he wakes up and just doesn't even like he wakes up.
yeah, just
Same conversation.
so after that, we're gonna have to bait out Pearson with you because they're still looking for you, the giant.
Are we even awake?
No, no one is awake. They could probably hear it, but they're probably trying to ignore it.
People should be waking up at this point. Maybe they're not fully awake, but you are talking to a room. There are people in this room, and whether or not they're conscious and can hear you and understand you, well, that's up to them.
It just continues this funny.
I know. I think him waking up and talking to nobody's funnier.
He just wakes up and continues the thought that he had when he passed out.
Is it possible to make a sound-related illusion?
Yes.
Yeah, minor illusion. It's one of the things you can do.
Gonna summon a loud crack above Rowan Doll's head the minute I hear him yapping at me.
Now, what type of crack?
Like like a loud pop. Like, you know how if you like clap your hands really fast. And you
Maybe
get like a
Also, it could
lot
have
of
been like
air.
crack cocaine.
No, I was thinking more like sonic boom, but not quite that loud.
Oh yeah, you wake up and minor illusion yourself a loud noise centered on Rowan. I'm sure his
I'm gonna make a crack above him. I'm not gonna sit up. I'm gonna still lay in bed like I'm asleep.
Rowan, a loud crack emanates from the air above you in the middle of your little soliloquy. Nobody.
I try. I ignore it, and I continue in the soliloquy. So, what do you think, Raph, about this plan that that's starting to pop up? Oh yeah, the Williams guy usually they run off. They're not always with Pearson. He's like he's just yapping on. It's like no one's actually listening to him.
I will remember that one part where like the Williams guy tends to be on his own.
Yeah, so I have Esker following him around, seeing what his schedule is going to be like. So a couple days maybe. Silence, nothing, and then he passes out again.
Absolutely powerful. Solta,
Yes.
you wake up in a a nice peaceful morning. No one around to ruin it for you.
Correct.
What are you up to?
All right. I will dress up in like commoner robes, and I'm gonna leave towards the cave to the west, and I'm gonna send Kara to the Black Cauldron to leave a note for Raf to prepare the cart, so we can go to the east, and to keep the elves with him.
Okay. All right. You head off to that cave. Alcara heads off to the Black Cauldron. It's a nice peaceful walk in the middle of the morning. You might see some wild animals out and about. Mostly deer, maybe some birds. Wild dog here or there. And you make it to the cove.
I will light the fire.
You light the fire. You probably wait around for about 30 minutes. And eventually you'll hear that buzz and a light crash and the footfalls of chitinous feet as Huiru coalesces into vision.
Good morning.
It is nice to see you again, Isolta. What do you have for me today?
I hope I'm not interrupting your studies or anything. I was hoping you had some information I need to know about. Mostly if you have seen one of these before, or if you have ever been to the deeper parts of the Rosenwasser.
I cannot say I've gone very far into the Rosenwasser. Whenever I do enjoy my time here, it is usually just on the shore. I was never one for swimming. This body doesn't do swimming all too well. Mostly, I come here for a simple drink.
And ha- have those drinks ever um, resulted in, like, imagine drinking alcohol, but not really, or like some disorienting status?
I have not felt anything of the such. It's always a very refreshing and invigorating experience that I recommend you try.
For now, after some stuff was said to me, I'd rather not try that water. But anyways, have you ever seen one of these? I hand her the drawing.
Hmm, curious. How have you come across this drawing? She takes it and she holds it closer to the fire to get a better look.
Some people have been affected by this parasite.
Hmm. It looks
And
awfully similar to this thing known as what they call it.
the
I
blood leech.
Yes, that they have another phrase for them. A children of the sweet blood, I believe is what they called it. Although I'm not familiar with the spiky appendages here.
It seems like it's a related creature, but not the same.
Hmm.
And from what I've been told, it takes the host, well, hostage, and takes control over their bodies.
Have you ever spoken to my rivals, the Zuran twins?
I have not.
In our efforts to compete in creation of the Berserker's blood, I took the route of using what is called the Aldean Blood Rose, a strain that I've bred on my own. You'll learn about it eventually when you fetch my research.
Hmm.
The Zoran twins, they took to harvesting these creatures known as the Children of Sweet Blood. I'm not sure exactly how far they've gone in the research. It is high blasphemy in the eyes of the Greythorn. But I do not remember them looking like this. The body is quite similar. The head is very different. If you want, I can try and capture one of the children swimming about the Vasa.
If you're able to, for sure. I am wondering if you would be able to deliver it somewhere else.
And where would that somewhere else be?
To the east of Lakeshore. There should be a camp. I will be there. I can probably hear you come by and go out to meet you.
I will do my best. Is there a time or a date?
I will probably be there for the next couple days.
Alright. I'll do my best. If I don't arrive, then, well, I feel as if I would not be able to accomplish such a task, and I would not try to approach. I do not know if, how sensitive this situation is.
That is a good idea. All right. Thank you very much. And did you get to try the salts?
Not yet. I have Lael's people trying to acquire what I need to create them. But though I am very interested in creating them, I've had ideas buzzing around in my head, and it's quite difficult to keep myself focused for too long. So many things I wish to do.
If you wish to remain focused, you should try the salts then.
Well, I do need to be making them first.
No, I gave her a sample.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I might go back to Laelstead and try that. Until next time, Miss Olta.
Until next time.
She leaves the cave a bit faster than she did last time, and you hear her buzzing off.
Alright, how far is the Rosenwasser from here?
This cave, it's a cove. It's right along the Rosenwasser. There's
Okay.
probably some of that pink water kind of leading into the cave itself. It's very shallow though.
Alright, I will try to poke around, see if there's any like insects or water mollusks nearby. Just for a bit.
You don't find any insects. You do find some sort of barnacled creature. It's maybe about the size of like a cherry.
Okay. I will bring some of the water with me.
Okay.
Probably in a water skin or something.
All right. You fill your water skin with some Rosenwasser.
And I leave back to town.
All right. Any destination?
Yeah, Lakeshore.
Well, I mean, in town.
I'm gonna go to the Black Cauldron.
All
Actually,
right.
no. I'm first gonna go to the business and get some tools
Okay.
for surgery,
Okay.
and then go to the Black Cauldron.
All right. Raph, Rowan, Sil.
Yep.
What are you guys doing? What are you up to?
I will have breakfast and I'm gonna go look for vellums.
What is for breakfast?
Following Raph?
Breakfast is like a minestrone soup. Sourdough bread on the
Breakfast?
side.
The fuck? Yeah, okay. Fuck it. Let's eat it.
All right. It's a nice soup.
Bean soup.
Beans.
And after breakfast, Raph is looking for vellum.
I'll also fill them in on. I'll let them know that we've made contact with the Greythorns and we have a plan. I will not tell them about the parasite though.
Right. And Rowan and Sil.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing
I'm eating breakfast.
after breakfast?
I am following Raph. I am sober. I have nothing to do.
Syl's gonna follow Raph because Syl doesn't speak the fucking language and doesn't want to get lost again.
About time. Jesus. All right, Raph, you go looking for vellums.
Yep.
Were you with Isolta when that one time she went shopping and got potions?
No.
Okay. You probably ask around. People will direct you to like it's sort of a bazaar, swap meet, place where people show up to sell shit. The kinds of goods, a cultural exchange where all three clans all just sort of set up tents and stands and try to sell whatever they usually produce in their area. You'll find Black Blooms usually selling all sorts of artisanal goods, things that are maybe not always useful, but they are fancy. A lot of handcrafted, wood carved utensils or tools and whatnot. Greythorns tend to sell weapons and armors, or rather fine leather clothes. And the White Vine, they tend to sell a mishmash of things, if they're even selling things at all. Usually apothecary type stuff. Give me a D100.
Ooh.
Raph. As you go up and down this little bazaar, you'll notice that the people here don't seem too magically inclined. It's a lot of normal folk.
Ain't no magic folk around here. And there's no vellums.
As you lose hope in finding one of these vellums, you'll see a guy wheeling around a handcart. Older, looks a bit wizened, has a beard that's quite long, goes down to his solar plexus. And in his cart, he has all sorts of wands and rods. Maybe a potion here and there. And beside him is a bodyguard.
I will go up and greet the man.
Oh, hello.
Hello, sir. I noticed you happen to be one of the only magically inclined vendors here. You wouldn't happen to have any vellums, would you?
Ah, well, aren't you lucky? I was just leaving these lands. Vellum. For what purpose? It's very important.
What school of magic?
No, I mean, what do you wish to use it for? Do you need a replacement page for a spell book, or?
A spell scroll.
Ah,
To inscribe it.
Yes. I do believe I have an unused scroll in here. Just give me a moment. He starts to root around his cart. Not a lot of people buying magic in these parts. I'm surprised, honestly. Not a lot of magically inclined folk here. I guess I should be doing business in Bahan Kors and not Lakeshore, where there are too many mongrels about. Especially troublesome when Velodians and Lights Watch plebes walk about.
You definitely have a better time in Bahan Kors compared to these pots.
Yes. I was hoping coming here would maximize my chances of selling something good, but I was afraid Bahan Kors might have too much competition.
I poke my head around the corner from the absolute dump truck that is Raph. I would like to see your magical items.
Oh, well, please. Help yourself. Don't touch anything. You never know when a spark of mana might set something off.
Perfect. Yeah. Gonna go browse through their wares. Gonna see if they have any Cthulhu's broken shit.
No. There are no Kalulu objects in this cart. At all.
So, what's your most mundane or weird magical item that you have here?
Mundane. Well, I do have this rock that's especially good at cleaning dirt off things.
Oh Lord, a rock. Rowan Dahl's favorite.
He does love them.
It looks like a whetstone, but, well, it is magical and doesn't do much but clean things. Really good for a sword if you have one.
Wait, clean things.
I
Like
wouldn't
if I-
use it on anything organic, though. Clean the skin right off you.
How much is it?
Do you really want it?
Yes.
I really just use it to clean countertops. I don't know. 12 silver?
What if he uses it on his skin in front of you to show his conviction?
I don't think that elf is your friend, boy.
No, that's
No,
definitely.
we can actually try. You said 12. How about 10?
10's fine. It's rather cheap. That's one of the few things in this cart that I did not make myself.
Ah, so, oh crap. Alchemist, I guess?
I got it off another traveling merchant. She was quite ecstatic to advertise it to me, but sort of just bought it because she was well, she's pretty. There you go. Wanna let's call it a soapstone. for 10 silver.
I checked my clothes to see all the alcohol and drool that I have on it.
Oh, there's so much alcohol stains and drool stains. Stinks.
Perfect. I'm gonna use the stone on me. It's literally like fucking deodorant right now.
Yeah, it does exceptionally well at cleaning off all those stains. Bit rough though. You find that you scrub a bit too hard here and you start fraying the cotton, but it is clean like you just washed it. It's not just a rough stone. It is actually magical.
Damn, it's precipitation.
Holy fuck.
It's back.
That's what I was. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, "Holy shit!" I'm gonna rub it in Sil's face. It's gonna be like I give her the side eye.
Can I grab the stone from him?
No,
Morgan
He has only
seething
like
in
what,
maple.
6th strength? He has like what, 6th strength?
But he has a lot of decks. If you want to try, you guys know what to roll. Acrobatics or athletics.
hold on. Watch this. I rub my skin.
Oh, don't do that, boy.
Oh no, it's fine. It's gonna. I do it on my left arm.
The first rub is fine. The second one is rough. The third one, your skin is peeling off and you see your muscle.
Don't stop, keep going, Rowan. You're almost there.
I grit my teeth and go for the fourth one.
Alright, the fourth one does 2 damage.
Okay.
And you're tearing away the muscle.
Holy shit!
Boy. Yeah.
You didn't do that anyways, you didn't use them.
Well,
Let's
And
test
that-
your theory out about
and then-
reattaching your arm.
And then
Yeah.
I count 6 seconds. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
yeah, it heals back in, a matter of seconds. Like, oh, well. Some magic certainly has touched you.
Among other things that have touched Mr. Rowendahl.
None of it
Yes,
good.
well. Mr. Giant, you have a very special elf in your property here.
I tend to keep the company of very oddballs.
About that, Vellum. Here you
Now,
go.
Rowan, if you ever get dirty, just use it on your skin, you'll be fine.
How much?
Oh, I'm not sure what to say. You just keep that. I think you might be needing that more than me.
You just
I appreciate it, sir. Now, I'll remove my elves from causing you any more trouble.
the merchant just watched an elf just flay himself alive.
Mighty fine. Jeffries, let's go. The bodyguard takes the wagon and starts wheeling it. And the old wizard kind of just accelerates his getting out of here.
I will head to the Black Cauldron.
I tested again. I'm like, okay, hold on. How do I have to run it along my arm, or can it just go through with just the swipes?
You know, Rowan, your experimentation did help me out a little bit today. Maybe it's not all bad.
I am completely engrossed in this soapstone. I'm like, oh, holy shit.
I've given you another rust dagger.
Maybe you should rub it faster, Rowan. Maybe if you rub it faster, it works at the same speed.
I wait till my wounds heal and then I rub it faster, see if it actually does something.
Are It doesn't seem to be a matter of speed, merely a matter of how many times you brush it across.
Holy shit, this would be great for surgeries.
But it seems to be the case that once you hit the fourth stroke, you're tearing skin off your
But
muscle.
is it exponentially every time I do a swipe?
How far do you want to go?
I look for an alley. I'm gonna try it on actual the stone ground here. He's gonna watch me just slav squat it in a corner there, just wiping this wet stone across the ground.
That's cultural appropriation. You should apologize to Harmu.
You know what? Yes. Okay. I'm sorry.
You use it on the stone.
What other squats can I use that would be even more offensive?
The Asian squad is basically the same, but it's done by Asians.
Okay, I'll do the Indian.
Do the
shit
Indian
squat.
one instead.
Literally sharing one brain cell.
You're already in the street. You're in an alley on the street. You might as well assume the position. For the...
Oh boy.
Okay.
Here's the part where the show gets canceled.
Brought to you by twitch.tv/Graythorn.
Sirs, I'm about to redeem.
Oh my lord.
You brush the soapstone against the stone floor, and it pushes off the dust, the dirt. But it doesn't seem to do anything to the stone itself, except for, making it clean.
Again.
It seems, it's the same. It's the same level of whatever's happening. You brush the stone left, right, and the dirt comes off. The dirt seems to just disappear. But the stone itself is completely normal. Nothing new is happening.
Huh. Okay. I'll try it on my clothes. See how much it can bring. Just to
what
rip a piece already of my coat or something like.
Yeah, so all the cloth, I assume either linen or cotton. Well, it's the same thing. It gets brushed off. First, I think like three swipes and it's fine. The fourth swipe, it starts to fray a bit. By the sixth swipe, it's fraying to the thread. And then if you go further than that, you start brushing holes into your cloth.
So is Rowan essentially just ruining his clothes?
Yes.
It's already ruined. There's like vomit stains where I didn't rub the stone in yet. I really need to get a new jacket.
Rowan, how about you just rub the stone and ruin your clothes even more, but to fix them? And then we can see about getting your clothes repaired.
Yeah, use the other side of the stone.
Other sides? Let's go.
Those stains will just rub right out. You can trust me, Rowan. When have I ever led you astray?
Yes, next I'll give you the mending stone, but every time you use it, you get kicked in the dick. And then
That's fine.
That's
if Sin
after
uses
that's after I remove mending from the game.
Oh god fucking damn it.
Base?
Seethes in leaf.
I guess
Okay,
it's
I'm done.
time to pick another cantrip.
I'm gonna just get out of the alleyway and start cleaning my clothes while I'm walking with Raph. And so
All right.
where are we going?
We are going places, my boy.
Good enough for me.
Yep. You are going places. I believe you say you're going to the Black Cauldron.
Yeah.
Yep. You make your way to the Black Cauldron. And when you get there, you will see Kara sitting outside on the porch.
I will nod a greeting to her.
Ah, Haraf. I was sent here to make sure that you were to keep the elves with you and to ready the cart to travel eastwards.
Why are we heading east?
Did you say Assault? Does Kara know?
He was literally in the room with me when.
Well, yeah, but would Kara be privy to that knowledge? Okay. Isolta did not say. It leads that
Alrighty.
to head east. Might be there for a couple days.
It's a bit soon, but either way, I'll do that after I take care of my business here. If you'd like to take the elves and head back.
It would be prudent to get everything set up as soon as possible. Where is the cart?
I will tell her where the inn is.
It's the one that... The ones that you stayed in the first day here. Of course. Ron, Frau Raff, Frau Sil, will you accompany me back to the cart and we will prepare for our travels?
The way.
She nods. And she'll leave. With the elves in tow. Constantly keeping the elves separate from everyone else.
It's to protect the rest of the population of Lakeshore.
What are you doing now, Raph?
Go see if Mr. Edward is inside the Black Cauldron.
You head on down. You go through the secret knock and handshake and whatever, and enter the room. It's pretty empty this time of day. But you will see Edward over there in his corner, now eating a meal.
And we'll go sit down with him.
Yep. He's having his breakfast of oatmeal and ale. You're back. So, I take it you found something for me?
I did indeed. Found a vellum here.
Very good. And, you want me to scribe invisibility upon it?
If you could. It would be
I-
much appreciated.
Most likely can. Like I said before, I am not too keen on the proper creation of spell scrolls, but I can guarantee you at least one use out of it.
That should be more than enough for my purposes.
Right. Well, I'm sure you understand the properties and the actual functions of these scrolls. You merely read it, speak it aloud, and speak it properly, and it will cast a spell upon whomever you desire. He pushes his meals aside and he pushes his meal and his drink aside. He's like, I can do this right now. It will take about an hour.
I've got about that much time.
Well, if you'll excuse me. He reaches into the bag at his side, pulls out a quill, and begins to scribble away. You'll notice that when he scribbles it, he writes it from the very top left corner, gets all the way down to the bottom, and then all that text condenses into a single line at the top. And he kind of continues writing beneath that line and down to the bottom, and this repeats for a while. Once the entire scroll is filled with those lines, he writes one more line and it condenses back into a smaller line. While it doesn't really make much sense, you do start to see, or at least pick out, symbols like you kind of recognize from that dictionary. It looks like the language is sort of compiling itself every time he finishes a page. And this goes on for the entire hour.
I will not interrupt him. I will simply observe.
Eventually, he stops, and he wipes the sweat off his brow. By some sweat, I mean a lot of sweat. He is visibly sweating. It's dripping onto the table. And he stops and looks. He's, well, it's been a while since I've done that. As you can see, this is an arduous task. Us learned magi have quite the ability, and there is little room for error, but I'm fairly certain that one use of invisibility is placed upon this scroll now. He will roll it up. He will grab a piece of paper and a wax seal from in his bag, take out a candle, start to burn it, and drip the wax onto the scroll and stamp the seal onto it. There you go, Mr. Giant Blackhand. One scroll of invisibility. Use it wisely.
I am in your debt, sir. Thank you kindly for the assistance.
Oh, think nothing of it. Well, I fail to see the use in having a giant in the Black Hand, especially a magical giant. I do wish to see you succeed, as you are one of us. Think of it as the first one being free. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have a meal to complete. As he reaches for his now cold oatmeal.
I will leave him to his meal and start to head out.
Alright. At that time, I'm pretty sure you'll probably run into Isolta down the street. Isolta,
Yes.
you run into Raph on your way to the Black Cauldron.
All right. Good morning.
Morning. Where are you
Hi.
headed?
To the cart. We are meeting at the camp that that guy yesterday said. Told us
All right.
about. And yeah,
I guess at this time. Yeah, I guess at this time, Kara, Rowan, and Syl will also be riding up the street with the cart.
So guys, I gotta head out.
That's fine.
Almost pretty much wrapping up, huh?
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get much
Yeah.
more done today anyway, and it's almost quitting time.
Everything hit like right on time.
Oh, I got my soapstone, or as far as
Well,
I
I got
know,
my-
my newest torture device.
Like I said, it's another rust dagger.
I don't even remember what the hell Val did with the rust dagger. I know I tested it on random ass people.
Oh, you tested it. You tested a lot. Fucking psychopath.
Hey, you give me all these cool magical items, I gotta use them.
It's true.
I gotta steal spells from Morgan and give magical items in return. Alright. I'm also getting kind of tired. But, before we end, I guess it is XP time.
wrong. It's Dota time.
Dear God.
Session
That's
11.
fucking bedtime.
Everyone got information of some sort. Some information more important than others. But I'm gonna be equal in saying everybody gets 50 for all the information gathering they've done. I'll throw out another 25 on that. Fuck it. I'll just make it even 100 for everybody.
Damn.
Which
I
means
cannot wait to call John Green to deal with this fucking Eldritch Lich.
I was gonna say the fucking these parasites are very what's it called, Delta Green.
Rowan, you are at 1300. Raph, you are at 1044. Syl, you are at 900. Silta, you're at 1050. Which means, Rowan, congratulations, you're second level. Everyone else, get good.
Holy fuck. I
And now he's
kneel.
gonna multi-class into Rogue.
Yeah, you should have killed those ninjas by yourself, huh?
It's true. Like I kneel.
Hey, maybe I should have participated in the fight. While you were all asleep and I went doing all myself.
How much did you say again? 700?
900. Alright. Good game. Are we gonna be here all next week?
Yeah, I'll be here next week. It's the week after that I won't be here.
Right. So we will play again on August the 2nd.
That is a date.
I'm
Yep.
waiting for yeses.
There's gonna be a 2-week
2-week break.
break during October.
That's fine. That's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
I don't know what.
Might make it back in time.
I mean, yeah, it might be only 1 week.
All right. So 2nd we're on, but the 9th we're off. 16 into the next, like 5 weeks after that, we should be fine.
Yep.
All right.
Unless I get a doctor's appointment at some point. But,
Right.
Shouldn't have.
That's Armu has to go see why his body's tearing itself apart. Usually after really bad Dota games.
Yep. Speaking of bad Dota games, it's time.
I am sleepy. I am
But you love bad Dota games.
quite literally so
I
bad.
don't know. I don't know if Poppy likes bad Dota games. I think they're beginning to wear on him.
It's more the what do I call it? I'm completely Joe Bidening right now.
It's over.
It's over.
We
It's
have to
the
assassinate
demeanor of certain individuals.
Poppy. Oh no.
When GG, it's so over. 30 minutes later, we win.
Look, I've seen these situations before. That's all I'm saying.
5 minutes. The game is declared lost. Pack it up, guys. Minute 35. We're on their ancient.
You know, recently I have been wrong more often than I've been right. However, like that Weaver game, I was like, I'm going to jungle. This is going to be a brutal one, and it was.
That Weaver game was awful. That Weaver was awful.
And to be fair, that tiny game earlier, that motherfucker was 10-2. If our LC didn't like hit the nade every single time, and that tiny wasn't just like, yeah, I think I'm gonna invade on the I'm gonna like engage, blink in on the Abaddon, break my like blink, and this is a great idea. I am very intelligent Antonio player.
Dude, 2,500 damage to Abaddon. He ults, gets his HP back before the combo even finishes, dies.
Yeah, and then it's like he's slowed, he can't blink out, and it's like, okay, that was a great idea, Tiny. I'm glad that there's heroes for people like you that just are so fucking stupid.
I think
you
Tiny
just-
should also start with 0 int as well as 0 agility.
He has so much fucking armor and so much HP. They should just give him fucking steroids too.
I am pressing the button.
Yeah, it's time to get racist.